Hey everybody, I'm Rob Freeman and welcome back to Insuring the Built Environment. This week we are talking about property insurance for Bitcoin mining. And as renewable energy developers increasingly look to incorporate Bitcoin mining into their independent power production systems and large utility scale solar and wind projects, property insurance for Bitcoin mining is increasingly in focus. And while it's important to emphasize that Bitcoin uses a lot of energy, a large percentage of that is coming from renewable sources, carbon-free sources. And I think that that percentage is only going to increase over time. At least that's the impression that I get based on the conversations that I'm having with renewable energy developers and Bitcoin mining operations. So from a property insurance standpoint, the business model that the Bitcoin mine has will have probably the biggest impact on how to approach the property insurance for that Bitcoin mine. And below this video, I go into more detail in an article on property insurance for Bitcoin mining, where we talk about 4 business models that will impact the property insurance underwriting process for Bitcoin mines. The first business model is an owner-operator. And an owner-operator just owns their own equipment. They might own the building. They're really only concerned with first-party property coverage. That's the simplest. The second is a landlord-tenant type of approach, where the landlord owns the building and then leases the space to a Bitcoin miner who's going to have to insure his or her own property, as well as probably indemnify the landlord and comply with any insurance requirements in that lease. The third example is a Wework model, where it's a landlord-tenant subtenant model, where the landlord owns the building and the equipment, or the building rather, and then leases the space to a Bitcoin miner who may be mining for their own benefit, but then also subleasing space out to third parties who want to mine Bitcoin. And it may be individuals, it may be companies, but there's a landlord and then a tenant and then a subtenant. And so there may be lease requirements, insurance requirements between all the different parties. And it's important to emphasize that there may be first-party property insurance requirements, there may be third-party property insurance requirements, and the interplay between those contractual obligations between the parties is very important to consider. Okay, and the fourth, or the last business model that we're talking about, is what I would call like an Airbnb model, where it's a platform, and the platform is really just connecting existing Bitcoin mining facilities, like it could be that owner-operator model, or it could be that, that landlord-tenant model, with independent miners who want to mine Bitcoin. And they may be companies, they may be individuals, but they're just providing a connection through a website and maybe providing a more in-depth experience in terms of connecting to a mining pool and providing billing and maybe other sort of white glove user experience for the individual Bitcoin miners. Maybe it's part of an investment business. Maybe it's part of a financial services firm. And I increasingly see this actually happening, where you have these new Bitcoin mining and crypto financial services companies that are incorporating these platforms where they're connecting individuals, their existing clients that have accounts with them, crypto accounts, Bitcoin holdings, with a Bitcoin miner, so they can actually diversify their investments and also mine Bitcoin. And so in all of those different business models, there's going to be property insurance considerations that you want to that you want to go into and make sure you're covered by. And again, below the video, I go into more detail in the article below, but if you have questions about if you're running a Bitcoin mine or a renewable energy project, or you're a developer, and you have questions about incorporating property insurance or making sure you have the right property insurance, please feel free to schedule an appointment with me at the link below this video. And again, there's more detail in the article, but it's a very exciting time, I think, overall, in terms of the amount of renewable energy that is in the pipeline, that is lined up for interconnection and that's coming online in the US. And I think Bitcoin is only going to help make that a profitable process for all the developers that are investing their money to make that stuff happen. So anyway, I hope this is helpful. And if you have questions, please feel free to reach out to me. And thanks again, and have a great day.